nice if we had people who obey the laws enforcing the laws? This is a highway. Georgia calls it Highway 17. The feds call it US 123. But in my family, we call it Pirates Highway. We try to avoid driving there because anytime we go through, we see road pirates looking for an excuse to board our vessel and seize our booty. And the pirate king is this guy, Austin Greer. In 2022, the Georgia State Patrol named him their Post 7 Trooper of the Year, a dubious honor which he received for his overall activity. That activity included conducting over 2,085 traffic stops. Assuming that he worked full-time hours all year, that would mean Greer conducted more than one traffic stop per hour for the entire year. Over 1,200 of those stops resulted in citations. And some of you might say, well, that's great, he's keeping the roads safe. But if you're a longtime fan of the News with Mr. Pipsqueak, you know better, because Austin Greer is not known for his great driving. Recall this, Austin Greer's response to the Toccoa Home Depot police scandal, in which he drove 130 miles per hour down this stretch of Pirates Highway. That's 2.36 times over the 55 mile per hour speed limit. We also showed you this video of Austin Greer running the red light at the Highway 63 intersection. But that's not the only time Austin Greer ran that red light. Take a look at this video, taken from the dash cam of Trooper William Jordan on August 4th, 2022. It shows our so-called Trooper of the Year, Austin Greer, taking a walk of shame away from the wreckage of his patrol car, which he crashed running this very same red light less than 2 years before his involvement in the Home Depot scandal. According to this memo sent to Greer from his higher-ups at the Georgia State Patrol, this crash was a non-emergency, preventable crash, which was your fault. So this isn't like Greer was chasing the bad guys that happened to have a crash. Greer was just driving normally when he caused a crash. Let's hear his fellow troopers explain what happened.
I think he ran a red light looking at an email of what Captain said.
Here's a longer explanation.
Greer was traveling in the left lane. Durango is. He had the red light. He had just received an email, was looking at his phone, looking down at his phone. The city truck was in this south lane, right here going that way where that Subaru is. Yeah. There was a Silverado to his left in the left turn lane. So when they got the green light, they proceeded straight at the same time. The Silverados must have saw Greer coming. He stopped. The city vehicle couldn't see the Greer coming because of the Silverado to his left. Right. Silverado stopped to avoid the contact, and Greer just come right through and struck him T-bone.
So in case you didn't catch that, according to the trooper, Austin Greer was checking his email as he tried to cross the highway, running the red light and causing a T-bone crash with a City of Toccoa work truck. Now Habersham published this photo, which appears to show the significant front-end damage to Greer's vehicle. I'm no crash expert, but I'm thinking you'd have to be going pretty fast to do this to a GSP patrol vehicle. According to the article, and to the officers on the scene, Christopher Fulbright, the driver of the other vehicle and an employee of the City of Toccoa, had to be transported to the hospital for injuries. I went to speak with Christopher Fulbright, but he declined to be interviewed for this report, citing potential consequences relating to his work with the city. As for Greer, the Now Habersham article says that he was not facing any charges related to the crash, and we have been unable to find any documentation suggesting that he was ever charged. The hypocrisy is shocking. In 2022 alone, Austin Greer issued more than 1,100 citations to people whose driving did not result in crashes. Supposedly, these traffic citations are all about keeping the roads safe, but they're being written by a guy who is one of the most dangerous drivers out there. He pulls people over for harmless infractions and writes tickets, and then he goes and causes serious crashes, sending people to the hospital, and gets no tickets himself. And of course, when we compare this to Greer's actions at the Home Depot scandal, this all becomes outright disgusting. Remember, in the Home Depot scandal, Elder Freeman was falsely accused of running a stop sign, causing no crash, damaging no property, and causing no injuries. He didn't even run the stop sign, and there's no evidence he did. Here, Greer definitely did run a red light, causing a crash, destroying vehicles, and sending a crash victim to the hospital. In the Home Depot case, Dondi Nelson ultimately did cause a crash with Elder Freeman's truck. Nelson suffered no injuries, and the damage done to Nelson's vehicle from this low-speed bump pales in comparison to the damage Greer did in this crash. In the 2024 Home Depot case, Elder Freeman was unarmed, but when Austin Greer arrived at the scene, Greer was pointing an assault rifle within seconds of getting out of his vehicle, fully prepared to shoot Freeman in the back. Well, here's Austin Greer at the scene of Greer's 2022 crash. Armed! Is there some reason the GSP aren't demanding that he drop his gun or be shot in the back? Well, he's one of the police, right? So he must be one of the good guys, even when he admits to being at fault. He's not like us taxpayers. We're all bad guys and threats, even when we're the victim of their crimes. And so you know how this ended up. Greer, the hypocrite, smashed Freeman's truck window, shot Freeman with a taser, participated in Tacoa's most notorious and undeserved beatdown, and then proudly put the cuffs on a man better than himself. Did Greer show the mercy to Elder Freeman that Greer himself had received? Nope. Even though Greer had not witnessed the crash, according to Greer's testimony, he went on to take out an aggravated assault and several felony obstruction warrants, which would mean that 40 of the 52 years Freeman faces behind bars are because of accusations made by Austin Greer. And then, just to rub it in as hard as he could, Austin Greer showed up to testify against Freeman at his bond revocation hearing just to make sure that Freeman sat behind bars for as long as possible. And next Thursday, we expect to hear this hypocrite take the stand and testify against Elder Freeman. What a disgrace! But here he is, self-righteously pretending that he's some kind of hero while doing everything in his power to put an innocent Elder Freeman behind bars, despite the fact that Elder Freeman is accused of doing less than what Greer admitted to doing. So take this as a friendly reminder. If the police do it, it's no big deal. Get back to work. But if you're falsely accused of doing it, they'll beat you, kill you, or lock you in a cage. And they'll do it with a smile. I'm Mr. Pipsqueak signing off. And remember, you should never talk to police without your parents and a lawyer present. Oh, and by the way, Austin Greer's personnel file says he can run 1.5 miles in under 15 minutes and 34 seconds. But I...